James left side. And again, it's New York.
He's played an important role in their offense today, guys. Without him, they may not be in the league.
New York calls timeout. Look at LeBron James. He's really been playing well.
He's been absolutely on fire from outside. They got to get into his jersey, get up into him, force him to pass or drive.
So New York going with almost an entire new group. Robinson's checked in for Mourning. Durant comes in for Andre Iguodala. Tracy McGrady's checked in for Bryant. And Lillard subbed in for James. And then for New York, Kevin Garnett. He's checked in for Duncan. Bryant comes in for Ellis. And it's LeBron in for Paul.
Well, now's the time to push it. Really try to extend this lead, and that's exactly what they're trying to do.
You know, a lot of times it's hard in the third quarter to make this kind of a push, but it's paying off.
And Lillard kicks to Robinson. And it's sent back by Garnett. Here's Bryant. And it's blocked by Olajuwon.
They are really getting the work done inside with their rebound.
Yeah, not giving up too many second chance opportunities, which is always important, and that's been one of the reasons they have the lead right now.
A big part of this run here has been their ability to hit from mid-range, guys. I mean, that's unique.
Yeah, some players and teams even shy away from that mid-range jumper, but this team seems to have it dialed in from that range. Really tough to get that shot off with the size differential there. It's not an individual matchup he's going to win every time, especially in the post.
Very well done. I didn't think he had any business operating down there with the big fellas.
Here's McGrady. McGrady left side. LeBron James on the wing. Up in time. Got it off in time, but it's no good. Shots continuing. New York trails by 7. And on the floor for New York here in the fourth. Garnett out there with Chamberlain. Then it's Chris Paul. Then it's Durant. And it's Ellis at the 2 guard. And Chamberlain with the stuff.
Cutting into the lead with a huge one-hand throwdown.
That's how to get your team back into it.
Yes, sir.
That may put a little life back into this team.
McGrady outside. Fires from deep. Kept alive by New York. Dishes it to Durant. Puts up a 3. Good, and the assist goes to LeBron. 11 points for Kevin Durant.
Another pass put right into the shooter's pocket, right in the shooting pocket for a terrific assist. They've done a lot of that today.
Yeah, it's something we haven't seen much of at the other end of the floor, though.
The shot by McGrady, no good.
That's not a sight you see very often. I mean, he has a great feel for that jump shot, especially when he's open.
Back to Ellis. Takes the 3. And it's rejected. And it's out of bounds to New York. They'll retain possession. Duncan, he's checked in for New York. Bryant comes in for Ellis. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Well, you allow them to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
Yeah, I think you got to foul him, and free throws are better than a layup.
And he makes both free throws. New York leading by 6. Kicks to McGrady. He dishes it to Robinson. LeBron with it. Chris Paul covering. No one near James as he lets it go. And he gets the bucket. And New York leads by 8.
The defense has not been able to keep the ball out of the paint at that end of the floor.
Boy, I'd like to know how many of their attempts have come from inside 5 feet. It seems like everything is right at the rim.
And New York making a change here. Ryan's checked in. He feeds it to Robinson. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. It's on Kevin Durant. And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for New York?
Man, they keep piling up the assists, guys. Great ball movement.
Well, they've also really been dialed in with their jump shot. I mean, they have not missed much from mid-range today.
A different look for New York. Ellis comes in for Bryant. And it's Payton in for Chris Paul. New York calls timeout.
Well, he's got to get everybody on the same page. I mean, that's the reason for this timeout. And if that happens, I think they can improve and start playing better.
You know, it's a coach's job to always try to be 2 or 3 steps ahead of the opponent and to look for that extra edge if you can. And I think he feels like he might have seen one.
Kevin Garnett, he's checked in for New York. Iguodala comes in for McGrady. Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Thanks, guys. I was able to hear Greg Popovich coaching his team during that last break. He gave his guys the green light to keep firing from downtown, telling them, listen, I like the work you're doing out there. Keep finding those gaps on the perimeter. They're giving us open shots.
All right, Doris, thank you very much. Here's Durant. Off the screen. That's good, and it's Kobe with the assist. Kobe's got 3 assists now in this one.
The pick wasn't ultra effective, but it got him just enough room for the score.
You know, tired legs can affect you at the defensive end, and I think that's what's happening right here.
I agree, because as much offense as we saw early, we're seeing even more of it here late.
And a wide open look for Iguodala. And again, New York with the triple.
Might as well just take it into his own hands and make that big lead even bigger.
It'll go, and the New York lead is cut down now to just 8 points with the basket from Duncan.
He's done a ton to help his team, guys, and he may have to do more if they're going to come back and win.
Durant with it. Chamberlain picks him up. Here's Robinson, and it is flushed down with a nice jam. Absolutely, Clark. No one in his airspace on that dunk.
Yeah, but come on, Kevin. The defense can't let that happen.
I hope they let it happen more. It's fun to watch that guy fly.
It's just a gift, 2 points they gave up. That's awful.
Iguodala outside. Got a piece of it. And stolen by Payton. There's Ellis with the 3 ball. And again, New York with the triple.
The D with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been of the 3-point variety.
Yeah, and unless they make some rotations and closeouts defensively, there's more to come, Clark.
New York calls timeout. They're leading by 4. 1:10 left in the 4th quarter. So New York going with almost an entire new group. Olajuwon's checked in for Robinson. Mourning comes in for Kevin Garnett. Clyde Drexler's checked in for Andre Iguodala. And James subbed in for Bryant. Drexler. And he gets the bucket. And New York leads by 6.
And the clock is their worst enemy right now.
Yeah, they've got to work very quickly here, Steve.
Ellis wide open. It's in! What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
Really hard to find fault with anything he's doing this quarter, at least at the offensive end.
James outside. High arcing shot. Yes! 41 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Payton kicks to Durant. Ellis outside. Can't get the 3 to fall. Now here's Olajuwon. And an intentional foul right there. 29 seconds left in the game. And now they decide to foul intentionally. First free throw is good, and that increases their lead to 6. And New York making a change here. Harden's checked in. And a tough break as his second attempt at the line. No good. And here's Ellis from beyond the arc.
Tough three-point try there with a hand in his face.
Boy, you'd be lucky to make that one against great defense.
And the basket by Elijah Wan.
And tack on a few more points to the lead. Why not? I suppose this is an emphatic showing for this club.
And, Steve, they did it in style. A beat down the entire way.
Shots good by Durant. Five seconds left here in the fourth quarter. For three. It's off. So it's New York picking up the win. They came, they saw, they conquered.
Hey, Kevin, to me, any win is a good win.
And that about wraps it up for Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke. This is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA presented by 2K Sports. And now, Jordan presents our player of the game, LeBron James.
I always shoot a lot of threes with him, period. And you know that. You went away from what you do. But, like you said, you're going to do everything you have to do to win the game. And you did. So great game. You always complain that I take threes with Ellis. I took 8 and missed 5. How bad is that? Great long range shooting.